I don't know if you've seen that video about a man in Guangzhou who was doing an intro video. The background, he said, I'm from Canada. You look at somebody that is an Igbo man from Aba. Even the accent, the no preparation, nothing.
Yeah.
He was even looking at somewhere and reading for an English teacher. Like getting work visa in China. Let's say you're in Nigeria and you're thinking about coming to China, or you're already in China and you're about graduating, or you've graduated, or you're on T visa, on your marriage visa, and you're thinking, oh, see, I think I want to switch. Will I be permitted to work as a teacher? Will I, maybe the questions, like just the questions you have when it comes to work visa in China. If this was like a normal sane country, by now you would have gotten your residence, your citizenship 5 years. When do you advise students who intend to like stay back and work as English teachers after graduation? When should they start preparing their stuff for the work visa? Hey ladies, and welcome back to the Christian Girl Vibe Live. It's a podcast show that is being brought to you by the Pruning, where we come here to air it all out. Girl, it's all about you, right? You and the normal girl who doesn't know Jesus experience the same struggle. But the difference between the both of you is the way with which you approach it. And because you have Christ in you, right? You know the right scriptures to use, and he pours in his wisdom into you, connecting with the right resources and people to find solutions to the problem you're currently facing. One of the resources and people he's sending your way, like in this season of your life, is this podcast, the Christian Girl Vibe Live. And today we'll be talking about something that a lot of people have been asking, like numerous question, which is about work visa, like getting work visa in China. Let's say you're in Nigeria and you're thinking about coming to China, or you're already in China and you're about graduating, or you've graduated, or you're on T visa, on your marriage visa, and you're thinking, oh, see, I think I want to switch. Will I be permitted to work as a teacher? Will I, maybe the questions, like just the questions you have when it comes to work visa in China. And for majority of you, you know that as students in China, you're not permitted like to legally work. But so after graduation, you have to still go through the process of getting a visa. Some people end up giving up and just going back home to start struggling afresh, especially for those who are from the country. I come from Nigeria. So these and more is what we'll be discussing on today's podcast. By the way, I am your host, Nnalue, Ifeoma. And for today's particular topic, I have no other perfect person who will be sharing it, like who'll be pouring everything on the table to help you who is out there, who is seeking this solution and who is seeking answers to this question, than our own very Miss Blessing, who graduated from China and is currently working. And she's a Nigerian. Yes, she's not from Ghana or any other country. Like, she's Nigerian, where for those in China knows that, like, it's not like very easy for us Nigerians to like get through to all of these things. You know what I'm saying, right? But she made it, and she's one of the so many actually that I know that are currently in China, and they are working. So if you are here and you are watching, first of all, click on the subscribe button, like, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and begin to jam your hands. Let's welcome our beautiful, beautiful guest, Miss Blessing. Miss Blessing, you're welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So girl, how you doing?
I'm okay.
So
I'm fine.
How has China been treating you?
China have been amazing.
Okay.
And I thank God for that. Yeah, China has been, just a hell of a journey, but yeah, we're grateful.
All right. So recently I saw the video you made with your mom. I think your mom came to China and you were crying at the airport. I'm like, oh, you must have missed home. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I've missed them, like, really, really, really. And this is the first time I got the opportunity to go, like, see her. Most times when she come, I'm always busy, like, I can't travel. But this time around, I'm like, hell no, I have to travel down to see her. Yeah, so
like, I could only imagine.
All
right. I could only imagine like how you felt. Now I'm just trying to put myself in your shoe. Me that I've not even seen my family for the past 4 years and when I'll see them, I'll eat everybody. I'll eat everybody. It's all right. The journey is not always very easy, We are here for a purpose, and that purpose will also enhance the quality of the life our family members also live. So yeah, once again, I'm glad to have you here. So when did you come to China?
September 2018. Yeah.
So you were like 5 years. If this was like a normal sane country, by now you would have gotten your residence, no,
I know,
your
right?
citizenship. Five
My
years.
sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's well.
Almost 5 years. I don't want to believe it's 5 years here. Just 4 years plus. Don't
My sister,
not say 5 years here.
wait, it's 5 years already, girl. It's 5 years already. So, by the way, for those who are watching us, she is Blessing, Miss Blessing, and she is an early child educator and a procurement agent. There are so many persons who have been contacting me. You people know about all my pay importation services, where we also help people like to procure and send things to Nigeria. But recently, we have been kind of busy and some persons have not been able to get through to us to help them do the stuff they wanted to do in China. And Miss Blessing is someone who is out here, although she is an early child educator, but she also is a procurement agent that can help you sort out your buying stuff from China and sending them back home. So her social media handles will be on the screen. You might do well to contact her, send her a DM, and let her know that, hey girl, I came from the Christian Girl Vibe Live, and I like the way you speak. Please, can you help me do this? And she'll give you rapt attention. Thank you. All right. So let us move straight to the business of the day. You graduated from China, right? And then you got your
Yeah,
work visa. There's
yeah.
this thing I've heard over the years, like that it is not funny and easy for Nigerians, especially Nigerians, to get work visa from like in China, especially maybe after graduation. Is it like an is it true? First of all, is it true? And if it is it like an easy process, or is it really, really hard?
Um, like there's no straight answer to that question because it's easy for some people and it's also like a little bit difficult for others, right? Um, it depends on a lot of factors. Like your credentials, your certificate, this province you're applying to, the school, just a lot of factors. So it all depends. But generally speaking, it's not like easy for like, non-natives, those that are classified as non-native to get like
Hi.
working visa.
And it is painful. Imagine me speaking English like this. We are
Yeah.
colonized by the Britain. Oh my god! And I'm speaking English. I'm trying to speak this British English, and they came and said, "We are not among the natives." Well, I don't want to go into that, because let's just leave that one side first.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's unfair. It's not fair at
Yeah.
all. But it's
But I
well.
think I think some province actually like some province
Mm,
if you're from a particular part of Africa, like just that they know that okay, our official language is actually English. Some province are a little bit lenient to us, kind of.
that's you're talking about South
Like
Africa
you
now.
have your masters and you have like other things like of course no South Africa like when the native speakers just leave them they're classified as it's different, yeah, it's
Okay.
different.
Well, God will help us. So you are trying to say that like it depends on the province,
Yeah,
the difficulty of getting the work visa depends on the province. So
because
it,
in China every province have their own rules, right? Each
mhm.
province have like it's not like back home like like okay we have like one system governing like this thing, but over here every province have different rules. Every immigration you get into have like different requirements. Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, what might work for me in this city might not work for you in the other city you're going to. Yeah,
Okay, so
so so it might be hard for some people.
mm, do you have like a list of maybe cities that it's quite for now that it's quite easier for people to like to get work visa there, and cities that like it's quite kind of strict?
So I have I mean I kind of did my research on asked like people that I know that have worked in um like this province, and I need to like open um my PPT. Okay, yeah. So province like so I mean Tianjin, so obviously Tianjin, yeah. Then we have like Wuhan, Hunan, Jingli, Hubei, Guangdong, that's not Guangdong province, that's Foshan,
Mm,
Chongqing, Inner Mongolia, and so on, like Shanxi, just and so on. Um, but there's something that we need to like always keep it at the back of our mind is that this rules change, right? So it might work for like me this year, next year. Yeah. It might be kind of difficult here. So it all depends. But for now, like this province, like I know like people working there with teaching visa. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really powerful. And this is, you don't know, this information you just shared right now has liberated a lot of persons, because there are people who are looking for work visa in Shanghai, in Hangzhou, in Beijing, and I feel it might not even be possible getting them in these
Yeah,
larger, bigger
yeah, yeah.
cities.
I mean,
You
you
know.
can get work visa, right? But
Mm-hmm.
so to do this, it's you can get work visa in those cities, right? But if you want to get like teaching work visa, like English teaching, then it might be kind of difficult for you. Understand? Yeah. But to
Oh.
get work visa, because we have like different, I mean, we have work visa, right? But we have different categories and also like different job title and stuff like
Mm,
that. Yeah. So the difficulty depends on what exactly you're applying for.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
So if you're
mm.
applying for English teaching in the Chengdu or like Shanghai, those places that have like very, very like tight immigration policy, like you have to be from like this 5 countries before you can get visa. And it might be difficult to get English teaching visa from there. But you can get like other kind of work visa from there.
Okay, thank you so much for that clarity. So when you talk about the five, English speaking countries, you mean Canada, Australia, US, of course, and
Yeah,
South
South
Africa
Africa and
and
New Zealand or
New
New
Zealand. Okay.
Zealand. Yeah, yeah.
Oh dear. We have a lot of South Africans in this country and they're not even struggling. We are happy for them. We are happy for them. Like with my face like this, we are happy for them. Oh my god,
I
thank you for
know.
that clarity, because
Yeah.
some persons think like, oh, if I get a work visa, I can easily like get an English teaching visa. You just made it clear that you can actually get work visa in these places, but English teaching visa is quite limited to like a number of provinces. So that's good
I
on
mean,
that.
you can get work visa in virtually like any province in China,
Mm.
depending on what you're applying for, right? You can get work visa anywhere if you have the documents and like if you have like the criteria that needed to get work visa there. But for you to be able to apply to work as an English teacher or
Mm.
for you to have that job title as English teaching on your work permit, then we're kind of limited. We have limited options.
Okay. So if we don't mind, like, what are the key documents or requirements? Because me, I have my BSc, right? I have TEFL.
Yeah,
What again do
yeah.
you want? So I.
So okay, so you have we have obviously your degree like masters, PhD, um bachelor's. So let me talk for like those that for like we non-native, those that are classified as non-native, right? You have like higher chances if you have like masters, right? Yeah, you have
Mm,
higher chances if you have like masters. Yeah. But also for non-native, if you have any degree from an English-speaking country like the US, Canada, Australia, like those 5 countries that are classified as like native speakers, then
mm,
you're also good to go because like you got your degree from them. Yeah. So it all depends. So the rules can bend depending on like the circumstance you're in, right?
mm.
And then you need your certificate, of course. Then your notarized certificate, you have to notarize them. Then your TOEFL, your notarized TOEFL, you have to notarize TOEFL. I think there's one TOEFL you can get from China. They call it TOEFL in China. I think that's the only one that you don't need to notarize. But like most people that I know, they got their TOEFL from like outside the country and stuff like that, from other countries. So you have to authenticate it in that country.
Mm.
Then your non-criminal record, of course, and then so some province need like 2 years work experience. Now, for some provinces, it's if you have like masters, you can be exempted. But for like
Oh,
others, you really need that 2 years work experience. So depending on where you're trying to apply for your work visa from,
okay. So these 2 years experience, is it the one you got in China or the one you got back home?
back anyone's fine if from back
Oh,
home or China. But if you're a student and you just graduating, then it's kind of impossible to get 2 years work experience in China, right? So
because you
if you
just
have work
graduated.
experience from back home, yeah, exactly. So if you have work experience from back home, and that would be like you can use that to apply for like your work visa here.
That's awesome,
Valid.
honestly. Sometimes one of the struggles people have is, which I've also experienced, is that when you don't know something, you just don't know that thing. And when
Mm,
you are open to knowing something, you get to know it, you come to realize that, see, this is not as hard as I had
yeah.
assumed or presumed it to be. Now,
Yeah.
When do you advise students who intend to like stay back and work as English teachers after graduation? When should they start preparing their stuff for the work visa? Or do they have to wait until they get a job first before they start, or they have to prepare all of these documents and then wait until after graduation? Because after graduation in China, for everyone watching this, so in case you don't know, let me tell you this one. After graduation in China, if your school is merciful, they might give you
1
a
month.
month. If they are those ones, that will be as you're finishing, they are giving you days to pack your kaya, and that's how your visa is also expiring. So, students,
Yeah.
when they're about graduating, a lot of students are under pressure, under pressure. So, when do you like advise, people or students who intend to stay back in China and work as English teachers, English teachers, to start preparing their documents?
So I think you have to start from like when you get to China, if you're being honest. If you're coming for like 2 years program, you have to
Mm,
start from like that first year. Actually, once you settle down, you have to start. And the main reason why I say this is because if you're like me, that so when I did myself for I used a UK company. So
okay.
the company I use is in the UK, based in the UK, right? So I had to like do like the classes, the exam and everything. And now I rushed it, so because I had to like get it fast. And
Mm,
I actually made this mistake because I waited till like when I was almost done with my project, like to start doing my TEFL stuff. And you can get it within 1 month now, but the main issue is you have to notarize it, right? And
mm,
during my time, just during the pandemic, like 2020, and
yeah.
pandemic made a lot of things like slow down, right? So mine took me like 3, 4, 6 months to get it because I had to like fill it, send it to the UK, and like apply for like for them to notarize it and send it back to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it took me time. Now, if you're in my shoes and you don't have a good school that can back you up with visa to do all this thing, you actually like running behind time, right? So
Mm,
I would advise you start from like your first year. If you're a master student, you can start from like once you settle down like your first year, write your TEFL exam, because that actually like write it and notarize it from like whatever country you have to do it from, and get your 2 years experience. Just get it and hold it. Just in case you go to a province where they require that that okay, you have to start running about for all those things, right? So get that. Then of course your medicals you have to wait till when it's
yeah.
almost time. Yeah, medicals you have to wait, but your non-criminal record you have to wait when it's almost time because that also expires, right? Like
Mm,
3 months or 6 months, I'm not sure. But yeah, so the main thing is your TOEFL. It takes time. So you have to get it. Then obviously when you graduate, then you can get your certificate from school and like apply. So you have to start early. You don't have to wait when it's late because I've seen a lot of people like I've seen people having that issue now of like waiting to when it's June to start applying. Oh my god, I need TOEFL. Oh no, I need job. Do you have TOEFL? No. So how do you need a job? Like, how do you want to get a job if you don't have TOEFL? Oh, I'm going to apply when your visa is expiring, ending of this month. How do you want to get your TOEFL within that,
mm,
short period of time? Yeah. So you have to start early for it to be able to be on the safe side.
mm. Thank you. Honestly, thank you. And I feel this will work best for those who just came to China. We have a lot of persons who came to China this year, especially in March, you know, and some of them are planning to like stay back after graduation and the rest of that. And you just saved a lot of persons. Although sometimes we still have people who still wait until the day they're supposed to leave. Oh my god. But I'm glad
you
like
can't
those.
you can't apply for teaching work visa without TOEFL. It's not possible. So that's one document that you have to get first of all, right? Maybe
Mm,
for other kind of visa, of course you don't need TOEFL for it, but when you want to apply for teaching, you need that.
mm,
Yeah,
mm.
so you have to like get that because even even native speakers they use TOEFL to apply. It's, understand? Yeah, so you have to
Yeah.
get that.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Now let's travel back home. I have had a lot of persons, to be very honest with you. Okay, let me not say a lot of persons, so that it's not be as if like I'm talking about 1,000 people. No. I've had up to seven-ish, like seven people, over the years since I came to China to today, so that it will not be like, They were like, see, girl, I want to come to China to work. Like coming straight from Nigeria to start
Mm.
working in China. So I wouldn't talk about other fields because we have several fields. So we'll be discussing more on the one that you're versed with, which is, the English teaching side of it. Is it easy for someone who is in Nigeria, like you're in Nigeria, you just do your work visa from Nigeria and just come straight full to China, just get a job and start working?
Okay, so this is it, right? Before you can come like to China from back home, whichever
Yeah.
country you're coming from, you need
No,
to
we are talking
get
about
a
Nigeria
job.
here.
Yeah. Okay. So you need to get. I mean, I think it applies for every country. You need to
Yeah,
get
sure,
a
sure,
job.
sure.
Yeah. You need to get a job first of all, and it's your place of work is going to apply for your work permit, and that's what you used to apply for, like your visa from back home.
Mm.
Now, getting a job from back home, it's catchy, very, very sketchy, honestly, because I mean, people recruit from outside, like companies do, from like the US, even from South Africa, right? We have
Yeah.
agency that actually does, yeah, that we have agency that actually does recruit from like outside the country. I don't know if Nigeria has that in the same, yeah,
Mm.
but some other country does have that. I mean, you can try a luck. It's possible. Nothing is impossible, but the chances are kind of slim,
Mm.
right? Yeah, you can try a luck. It's possible you get a good agent that, we need someone fast, and you're available, and that, and should come over. But the chances are kind of slim. It's easier if you're in the system already. If you're
Mm.
here, it's way more easier. And if you're applying for teaching visa, like from back home, it's very tricky because even when you get your work permit here, you can be denied the visa from
Mm.
back home. Yeah, yeah. So you can get your work permit, and when you get an ambassador, like Nigeria is not part of this, and they deny your visa. So it's very, very tricky, honestly. Yeah, it is.
Mm. But there's actually nothing God cannot do. Of course, miracle not
Exactly.
decide
So I don't want to say
Jesus.
that. Oh no, it's not possible. No, no. I mean, I believe in our miracle working God. So it's easy, but the chances are kind of slim, and that's the truth.
Yeah. So if we are to face it like factual, like let's say the fact is that Miss Blessing is trying to use, teach the whole thing. The fact is that he had, he had, you can, he had, but because we are people of faith, girl. You guys to believe in Jesus. Apply your faith. Just apply and you're gonna get it. Honestly. But like on a normal, they work. They
It had.
do it hard.
That's true.
It hard. Gone. But
Yeah,
as
it does.
children of God, there's nothing God cannot do. And I strongly, strongly still believe in that. Now let's talk about the challenges you've been facing. Now, you were once a student here in China before you became a worker, a staff or a worker here in China. Now, comparing your school life and your work life as a student, as a person living in this country, in China, would you say that you enjoyed like while you were a student more than you enjoyed while you're currently working? Like, which one brought you more opportunities? Which one gave you more freedom and more happiness? Like, which one brought you more fulfillment? And overall, like in general, like what are the kind of challenges you faced? And how did it affect your Christian faith as well?
So, okay, let me talk about like the work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just the same thing. I don't say I'm a loner, but I like staying indoor. I don't like going out. So
Mm,
when I was a student, it's the same thing. I go to class, I come back home. Even now that I'm working, I go to work, I come back home. So it's almost the same thing. Like I don't see the difference. The only difference is that okay, I don't have to do homework, or like I don't have to like um call a teacher to do this, because when I was in school, I was the class rep for my class, so I had to like do
oh.
other things, get submit homework or get student to all those stuff. I don't have to do it, right? Yeah, but when it comes to like my work life balance, it's just the same.
That's
Yeah.
good. And one of the things I really admire about you, which I've not told you, is I see your works in the groups, at Nido, and honestly, you're doing great. To be very honest with you, you are punctual. Like you took your job seriously. Things like this. Sometimes people will not even take it like very seriously. After all, I mean, we are there for. But to you, it is something we see. I personally see it, and I am really. I just want to give you your flowers. You're doing great, and
Thank
we
you. I
are
appreciate
seeing
it.
it
Thank you.
honestly. And no, I am no longer surprised hearing you say that you are the cost rep during your your days in school. So now be bookworm. Like people are the very 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 serious student that came to China to study. Not like some persons.
Okay, no be that. No be that. No be that. No, no, no.
I
I
be
just
I be
no. Just a heart of service. That's all.
oh
I like. You know, that.
that's the word, the heart of service. Oh, and I believe that one of your love languages would be service, the act of service. Since you have the heart of service, you have to put it in, you have to put in the action. That's awesome. That's awesome. So about your procurement business back home, how are you you of course I know you balance it with work, but do you have a platform where people can contact you for it, or you just have to like reach out
So
to you
mostly,
directly?
I just get things for like people. I mean, I have my Instagram. I've had like a couple of people contact me through Instagram or like Facebook, just that know me or know someone that knows me or like my parents introduce just just that. Yeah, so I
Mm,
have people like reach out to me that a friend told me about this. Can you help me get this and that? Yeah, I don't actually have like a business page or anything. Yeah, but I just help those around me to get something. Yeah,
oh, I get it.
help those
And
around me. More like a side hustle for
mm,
me because I go to work, right, and I go to work and I come back and like I just use the time I have at home to like try to do the side also. So it's not about like a business page, yeah, but it's
mm,
something that I could do for whoever needs or like
okay.
search for your goods and procure them for you.
All right, that's awesome. Now, before you came to China, were you once a teacher back home?
Okay, so before I came to China, I worked in a Chinese company as a translator,
Okay.
right? Yeah, I worked in a Chinese company as a translator. So how will I say, I didn't work in a school.
Mhm.
No, I wasn't a teacher. And that was actually because when I was applying for that's something that helped me. When I was applying for what's it called, my work permit, I did not need a 2 years work experience,
Mm,
right? So if I had, if so for example, if my city, I asked for it, I could have provided it, but I worked as a translator. It has
mm,
to do with English too, right? Yeah, Chinese, English, and whatever. Yeah, but not in the classroom.
okay. Because
Yeah,
I
so
wanted to also ask you a question that has to, touch teaching children back home and teaching children in China.
hmm.
Ah,
I mean,
this
I
is
didn't work as a teacher, but I think I have an idea of the system back home because okay, obviously it's changing now.
okay.
Yeah, it's changing now. But yeah, I have an idea of like how things because I kind of ask people because when I see something that I have like call back, I have like friends that teach back home. I have to call them ask how is this thing in your school? Like is this how do you get under this and stuff? Obviously every country have different education system and that's the truth. Like it's totally different.
Mm, mm. Well,
For example,
uh, yeah,
back home, here we have like the kids go to school from like 8 to 5, right? So and we have like 2 hours nap in between. Back home is different. Back home, people close around like 2, 3, right? Then
yeah.
you're back home. Yeah, so it's totally different.
And the kids here, after closing by that 5 p.m., they'll go for
They still
piano
have like
lesson, dance lesson, ballet classes. Oh,
I
yeah,
know, right? Swimming classes,
swimming class.
drawing, everything. Like, oh my God. I
And
give
once
it
they
to
are
them honestly.
done,
Yeah.
you see them in restaurants doing their homeworks. Like the
Yeah.
kids are
It's
always
different. It's different. It's totally different.
as if they committed a crime.
Well, even back home, like recently, because I tried to kind of confirm, like people are actually like adapting that kind of like
You
we
would
have
tell me like
those
the
we
rich
have.
man
Yeah,
school. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I will
Okay, yeah.
agree. The few rich men school, not
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
hey,
That's
it's all right. It's that's awesome. I'm really enjoying this conversation and I really do appreciate. Now, in order for us to we are gradually wrapping this up so that at least those who will be listening to this will be able to like listen to everything. And if you're watching me by this time and you have not subscribed, remember the Lord is watching you. So better hit the subscribe button, like, share. It does not bite in the name of Jesus. Okay, so I would like to ask you, like, can you just I know you've mentioned that before, but is it possible for you to like tell us areas, just give us a rundown steps on how to like just like a rundown steps on how to get this work visa and tips you have And tips, the tips you have for, anyone who's applying for work, like when it comes to, even though you don't have experience, do you have to look like what you're going through, the struggle you're going through, or do you have to like come up, like what are your tips, and what, if it's still fine with you, where do you think people can easily go to and get these jobs? Because after graduation, okay, I have my documents now. Where do I start looking for job? Do I start walking into schools and start saying, hey, 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 I am graduating, no, please give me a job? Or at the website, where do you like advise people to, start from? So I'm just giving you like three questions in one, like a rundown, document or procedure of getting a work visa. Number two, tips you have for those who are applying, like for work, not even the visa, like for teaching job. And lastly, where do you think people can go to look for these jobs? Thank you.
Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm looking here because I have my phone here, so I need to
It's okay. We need
yeah.
it.
Okay. So I'll start with like job sites where you could get like work. I mean, we have like WeChat groups. People who have agent post work in WeChat groups, or even like kindergarten groups or primary school groups, high school groups where teachers connect together, and
Mm.
or a teacher might be like, oh, my school needs a teacher, is anyone available? Yeah, so you could join like this group chat. Then Boss app, apps in China, and anyone in China obviously know Boss app. Yeah, so we have and LinkedIn also, like LinkedIn, you can also like go there, because I know like a few people that have gotten like good jobs from that platform.
Mm.
Then from like chinatechjobs.com, and also isaacjobs.com, like yeah, just online. And you can just go to Google and look for like jobs in China, like those. Okay, when I was trying to get a job for my friend, I just went to Google and search for like jobs in jobs in China, and it took me to like agent that recruit from like outside the country,
Mm.
just that actually like yeah, Chinese agents. So you could chat them up. Oh, I'm in China. I also need like yeah, so you could get to contact those kind of agents. And since you're in China, it might even be like you have like more advantage to like get the position than those that are back home. Yeah, and also like all these WeChat agents, they will have agent that's I think we have Viviana. I remember as I was saying like the names of like yeah, agents that you could also contact. You have agents that work with, are willing to work with blacks. Yeah.
Mm.
That are willing to work with like non-native people.
Non-natives.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when it comes to your documents, so you need I already said what you need, and also you need like your medicals, right, and non-criminal record and stuff like that. Those are basically what you need to be able to like apply for like a job, visa, a work permit, and
Mm.
a work permit to get a work card, and like this thing, your job, this thing. Then I will advise that you start early, honestly, because so this it. If you're graduating in June, like the process takes like 1 month if you don't have any issue. But sometimes you can apply and do a video application. You have to fill this or do that or do that. So it can take like longer time, right? Yeah.
Mm.
So I would advise you start early. Start looking for a job early. So I was lucky to get my job before I graduated, right? So
Wow.
I got it. Yeah, I got it like way earlier. Right? So I already like had it at the back of my mind. Okay, I need to get my work visa. So I started getting like everything early. But even with that, I still had issues, and I was lucky to have gone to like the school I went to that was back to me. You understand? Because even
Mm.
with that, when I had to like send my document to the UK to get notarized, the whole like pandemic stuff delayed my whole distance. So like I got my work permit in January, right? By finishing June. So
Wow.
like that whole period. So you have to, because that like we have lots of unforeseen circumstance, right? And situations you're not sure of what you're going to like meet. So start early. And also it's not impossible to get a good paying job as a native speaker. It's
Mm.
very possible. I mean, I have friends, close colleagues that are working and getting like good pay. It's very possible. You just have to be able to like, I don't say package yourself, be yourself, but be able to portray, be able to like show them that you know
Sell
what you're
yourself as
doing.
well.
Exactly. Sell yourself well, because you can't walk into. So I'm saying this because so I work as I mean, in my place of work, I also like try to like interview people, right? So I
Mm.
have seen like a lot of applicants. Understand? You can't walk into an interview room, understand, and you lack self-confidence, or like you've been asked questions and you don't even know how to, like, defend yourself, or you ask questions that makes the interviewer feel like, do you really know what what you're applying for, or like what you're doing? Like, if you have made your research, you won't ask this particular question. Yeah, so prepare yourself. When I got my job, I didn't have experience working in China, right? I've not worked with Chinese students and stuff like that, but you will not know. Like, you won't know that I didn't have the experience. In fact, though that I introduced to my, I introduced like a lot of friends to my place of work. Most time before I got into my position, my boss actually like was doing that interview. People that introduced that, she knows that, oh, I'm going to introduce, but she'll tell them, just be like Blessing.
Oh,
just be like Blessing. Like, she'll be like, if you can just be like simple, like, she'll be like, if you can just be like Blessing, you're good to go, right? So yeah, know what the jobs entail and try to, like, sell yourself out. We know that there are, we have like a lot of bias employees and employers, sorry, and stuff like that. But if you're able to show them what you can do, I feel like no one will want to let a good teacher go for, like, those kind of bias. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let me not even start saying. Well, one of them is this color. The one of them is this color. I'm saying.
I don't want to say it out loud. Yeah. So be able to sell yourself out. Yeah.
Okay.
And sure you're able to get something. And pray, honestly, pray. Pray about it, honestly. Like, people have different grace, and people have different favor. Like, I can walk into this place and get something, and we're the same thing, right? The same this thing, but like, you might not be able to get it. So people have different. Pray about it. Like, when you're going for an interview or whatever, don't take it like some people take this teaching the very light. Understand? Like, especially lots of foreigners in China. Like, some people they just take it like English, right? It's English, yeah. So don't take it light. Do your research about what it means to teach a 3 to 6 years old. If you're working in kindergarten or like high school, what it means to, like, teach them and handle them, like, because it's different. I've learned a lot. Honestly, like, I feel like when I give birth to my own child, I'm like, I've actually learned a lot working in school, that I've opened my eyes to, like, I'm kind of, I've become more patient, with working with kids and that kind of thing. I've learned a lot of, like, kids and how they behave, and like, what, just a lot of things. So yeah, you'll be able to learn a lot of things in this job. So don't take it lightly when you're going for an interview. Don't take it as just one of those just English teaching job. Yeah, just go there with and show them that you really want to, like, work with kids. And if you're working with the kindergarten, if they say that you love kids and you really want to work with kids, they'll give you that chance, because most kindergarten needs those that are passionate about working with kids, because you can't not like kids and want to work with kids. It makes no sense, right? Yeah, show them that you really, really like.
You use knock and call of name.
My sister.
And you land in prison.
Please. So that African this thing, no, just hide it. That's why I said I've learned a lot in
patience. So you made mention of patience.
Patience. Honestly, patience. Some kids to be like,
hey, God.
Yeah, but kids are, oh my God, kids are sweet. Like, they are pure. Like, they have pure hearts.
That's the word.
Honestly, they have pure hearts. Like, if they
Very
love you,
cute
they love
things.
you.
Very pure,
If they love you,
innocent
they love you. Honestly,
things.
really, like, kids, like, anything you hear kids saying that you feel like this is awkward, check it. It's coming from home. Kids themselves, like, they have very pure hearts. Like, they don't have this biased this thing about you. I mean, I've met kids that when they meet people, they don't like me, like, because of, obviously, but just give them like 1 month. I'm their best teacher.
Oh,
yeah. So kids are very pure heart. Show them you love them and they'll come around.
Oh, you're making me begin to want to now have twins. Where is my husband? Babe.
Honestly, kids are cute. They can be annoying, but when they're cute, they're cute. Like,
when they're cute, they're cute. But when they're annoying, oh God. And one of the things you made mention that stood out for me was like when you made mention of patience. I'm like, girl, I know.
you need it.
If it was back home, if a teacher comes to class with a bulala, with your cane, But here,
Honestly,
you
actually
did
need
not
patience. And
touch.
I think it's kind of good. So it has its obviously it has its own ups and downs, but it's good because me, like as a mother, when I become a mother, right? So
Yeah.
when I become a mother, I would like to like use this kind of method with my kids. Like I kind of try to understand them, like the age group and what it entails, and like what they will do, or what I should expect this age bracket. Yeah, this from 3 to 4. Oh, expect this. Yeah, from 4 to 6. Yeah. So and I also like took a course, and it's also good if you want to work as a teacher. Like you can take like courses to help you. I took a course with Asian College of Teachers, like early childhood educator, and I got to learn more things and have more insight on like working with kids and stuff like that. So yeah.
When you took the course, like, does it come with certificates? And
Yeah,
if
it
yes,
does. It
does it
does.
impact your searching for work?
No, I took it later on. Like I just took it like
Yeah,
when
I
I
know,
was
but like for someone who
still
is
working.
watching this, I'm like, okay, like who is curious? Okay, if I go and take this course now and I get a certificate, will it enhance the chances of maybe me getting a
So it depends, right? So I took a postgraduate diploma, and
okay?
in early childhood education, early care child and education. Yeah, I took it, but it depends, right? What you need is your IS degree, your masters, if you have masters. But obviously, if you're applying now, this days, right? If you're applying for a job, let's leave the visa aspect ahead. If you're applying for a job, when they say that your resume takes volume, right?
Yeah.
It sets you aside from like other applicants. Yeah, that is if you don't have any, because most people like they have like, oh, they have English teaching and visa, or they have TEFL, or they have BS in English, but don't really have like, because teaching English and working in the kindergarten as an early childhood educator is two different things, right? So we have different kind of teachers. We have to just go in and teach and go. I stay in class, so I work with my kids throughout the day. Yeah, so it's two different things. Yeah, so if you want to like work with kids, like it will help you. It will
Awesome.
help you get job. Maybe it might not really impact your work visa, I don't know, but for getting job, it will
Yeah.
help you like you stand out from other applicants.
That's great. Now, there's some persons might be wondering, okay, you've been talking about kindergarten. Oh, maybe does like the question here is, does this entire process you mentioned apply for anyone who is both looking for kindergarten or primary or secondary, or it works for
Training
everybody?
center. Yeah,
Training
yeah, yeah,
center
yeah,
or
it does. It
home
does.
tutoring or
Yeah. It works for everyone. Of course, it works for everyone. Like, because if you let's leave the work permit aside or job distance aside, when you're trying to apply for a job, right?
yeah.
Before we talk about the work permit stuff, yeah, when you're trying to apply for a job, it's you having all this helps you. You have to get the job first before you not talk of applying for visa, right? And
Yeah.
even some people, you know how things are back here. I would have said, but yeah, so you have to get you have to get the job first before you start applying for visa. So yeah, it helps you get a job, to haste your interview and stuff like that. Yeah, it does help you. It does help you. And also like when you're going like to teach and stuff, don't be shy. So because sometimes you have to do demo class, right?
With
And you have
with even the
yeah,
owner of the school.
yeah. You have someone observe your class, like at the back looking at
Yeah.
class. Don't be shy. Like
Do your thing.
just do it as if you don't have to be shy, because they won't judge you because you're first. I know they expect you to know what you're doing, even if you're like, even if you're shy. No, we don't need shy teachers here. We need someone able to work with kids. Yeah. We need someone that can work with kids and know how to undo kids, because if you're shy and you can't undo kids, the kids are going to like overthrow you. Like you move to undo them, right? They overthrow you, understand, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So yeah. So don't be shy. Just go do your thing there, do your demo, like prepare ahead. That
Mm.
any teacher that walks into my classroom for demo class, I know if you're prepared or not. I
Mm.
know if you know what you're doing. Like I just like, it's just so obvious. Like, okay, this person have experience, this person does not have experience. And even if you are so good at hiding that you have experience, right? That means you do the homework. And that's good, right? You even though you don't know how to, you do the homework, you know how to like do this. So you prepare yourself, honestly, because any recruiter from afar will see if you're prepared or not, if you know what you're doing or not. Yeah. So go online. If it's your first time, go online. Watch videos. YouTube. they have lots of YouTube channels that have these videos, right? Watch videos, go online, know how to and practice, like know how to like undo keys and that they don't be shy. Just see that this are small picking them be. Are small kids, they can't bite you. Yeah. And don't just laugh, always smile, like be jumpy. I don't have to explain that be jumpy. Let me just use the word be lively. The teaching job is baby shark do job, right? Yeah, something like
Hey.
that. Just be lively. It will help you. Being lively, especially when you're working with kindergarten. Of course, high
Mm.
school have their own different things,
Yeah.
kindergarten and like and training centers. Be lively to primary school to help you.
Mm.
The kids will feel more welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll find you're more fun to be with, and yeah, to help
Mm. And then when they go back home, they're telling their parents about it. Their parents
Oh,
don't want to take them away.
yeah. I get that a lot. Like, we're talking about you at home. Oh, it's a blessing.
And
I'm
then
like, thank you. Yeah, so just be lively and to help you.
it's all right. Oh, thank you so much. Let me come out, gather my documents. Oh, bless. I'm coming to your school to come and do interview. Please, make space for me. People don't want me on this field. It's well. It's well. I really, really do appreciate this. Blessing, thank you so much. Like you sparing
Thanks
this
for having me.
time. I don't take it for granted. I sincerely do not
Yeah,
take
I
it for
appreciate it.
granted. I really do appreciate. And I had a swell time with you. And I believe that anyone who watches this now, like this now, and later say, I don't know. If we should bring that person, let's come and conduct a better now of a deliverance with Cain. Honestly, because this is one of the most like detailed videos on debunking some myth and also bringing like giving you like a rundown ideas of the things to prepare for, how to even carry tips, and also the challenges to at least to face, and also help it like to brace up and prepare. If I should take out one thing in everything Blessing said, one thing I'll be taking out is be intentional and be serious about it. If you're intentional that you want to get a work visa as a teacher, then prepare. Be intentional, like prepare everything that is needed and do your best. You can't just be lying there as a Christian sister, which is blessed. This is one of the issues we have with Christian girls. Some of us will lying on the bed. We are fasted,
And
we
wait for God to
prayed.
come help you with.
When you're supposed to prepare for this TEFL, at least prepare the TEFL.
Yeah,
It's I don't
yeah.
have money. Okay, you're supposed to fix your CV, make it at least look good or ask questions if
Yeah,
you're confused.
and
Mba,
your video also
your
introduction video because you need. I mean, some school ask for that, or most school ask for
yeah,
that, and
most
people are
schools
like,
have
"Why
it.
do I need to do?" Some people just ask for it just to see if, like, if your word, like your
Mm,
accent, if you speak well, if you what they want, and then they can invite you to come over for an interview, right? So
mm,
if a school gets your introduction video, like, okay, come over. That means okay, that's the first
mm,
sign, right? Good sign. Oh, they pick interest in you. Then
mm.
it's like left for you to go show yourself in demo class. You understand?
Honestly.
Yeah. So and if you have like videos of for those that have worked before and they need to
Mm,
like get of course like, gather those videos of like you teaching and like compile them together and like use them to get like other opportunities and stuff like
yeah.
that. And when recording your introduction video, try to like be audible enough. Don't I speak fast? Speak fast honestly. Don't don't speak fast. Like try to go like on a like normal pace. Be audible enough. You should try to be you're trying to like make them get your
Mm.
your, how well you can speak or like how well spoken you are and stuff like that. Yeah.
I wish I can see a video. Listen, there was one video I saw about a man doing I don't know if you've seen that video about a man in Guangzhou who was doing an intro
Funny.
video. The background, he said, I'm from Canada. You look at somebody that is an Igbo man from Aba. Saying, even the accent, the no preparation, nothing.
Yeah.
He was even looking at somewhere and reading an English teacher. You're reading the
What they
30
say, yeah,
seconds,
yeah, yeah.
30
The
seconds
scripts from
introduction video from the way he was even having a face cap with his baby. I was like, this one.
exactly. I'm saying I want to say that like even though it's just an introduction video, try to dress well,
Well,
right? Don't look so tattered and like just so like unkept. Try
mm,
to like look put together. You understand? Like make your video with like everything you're doing, do it with seriousness and with that mindset of everything will help you get a job. None of the steps you're taking is like non necessary because the introduction video will help you to get a school to
mm.
find you interesting, right? And actually to come over for an interview. Then the interview will help for you to like, okay, oh, demo class. So everything, every step is important.
It's important.
So dress properly. I've received introduction videos that are so weird, like just looking so tattered and just like I think you're in your nightwear or
Looking
something
like
like
what you are going through.
that. Don't look like what you're going through, understand? Try to like, package.
Mm.
Yeah.
I really get this. Listen, after this, so I'm saying this before everybody and before God. After this, I'm going to make another new introduction video, package my CV, and send it to you.
Yes,
Biko,
ma'am.
please, you're an interviewer,
Yes,
please, so that you
ma'am.
interview me. And at the end of the day, I'm coming back with my testimony to come and share it here that, yeah, I got a job. And thanks to the one I'm blessed in. Thank you. All right. I had a swell time with you, and I really
Same
want to
here.
appreciate you for being here and sharing this out. For everyone who is watching us once again, if you're not subscribed, the Lord is watching you. And if you have any questions, concerns, and maybe that you need clarity. So Blessing is somebody that is honest, she's transparent, she loves the Lord, she's a child of God, she's someone she's also busy. And if you are coming to her, you have questions, she's definitely going to give you that listening ear. But don't just come to her inbox and say hi, and then wait for her to come and say hi, and then ask you what you're here for. No,
That
when you come
time.
to her inbox, like, as person will get sense now, like, oh, thank you, I saw what you did, I saw your podcast, blah blah blah. Okay, please, this is my question. Like, just go straight to the point, because you're not the only person who is sending her messages, because people make this mistake. So go straight to the point, and she will definitely give you the answers you need. If so long she has them, she's definitely going to give them to you. So make good use of this opportunity, and let's see what comes out of it. And I wish you all the best that this life has. And I think this is also a good opportunity to start applying, because schools will be resuming soon, and I think some schools are also looking out for teachers.
You're late already if you're
Oh,
applying now. Because schools are resuming. Of course, you can get. I'm just saying that you have to start.
yeah, yeah.
Of course, you still have opportunity because schools are resuming first of September, right? And some
Mm,
schools are even on, right? Like for my school, we didn't go on break, right? So a lot of schools that are resuming in September, they should have because it's August already, right? Yeah, we're
mm,
in August, just less
yeah.
less than 1 month, and school resume. Yeah, so you should have started applying since now. This is space for interviews and demo classes and like trying to know your
Yeah.
stand on which school you're going to. Yeah, but of course you can still apply. Yeah, but in case of
Mm.
next time, try to apply like way early.
Earlier. Okay. Well, thank you for that heads up. Okay, so this is where we are pegging it for today. Once again, thank you, Blessing, and thank you to all of our amazing audience and listeners who have been listening to all of our podcasts at the Christian Girl Vibe Live. Like I earlier mentioned, the Christian Girl Vibe Live is brought to you by the Pruning, which is a femininity coaching program where you are being helped to regain your femininity, and get pruned into the best version of yourself, using our 3-step secrets: femininity power, relationship power, and cash flow power. And I tell you the truth, girl, as a child of God, in this world that we live in, if you really want to enhance the quality of life you live, you need your femininity to be intact. You need your relationships to be well defined. And girl, you need you some money, not just money, you need to build wealth. And if you're thinking of, oh, I want to have a man in my life, queens don't go into the kingdom to become nuisance. They go there and help the progress of that kingdom. So pay the price and start working on yourself now. We have so many podcasts already on our channel where we talked about a relationship with Jesus. We talked about, why exactly are you even waiting until marriage to get to have sex? There are people who waited until marriage to have sex. Like, why? Is it because it is a sin, or is it because there are other reasons? And we talked about modesty, what modesty really is and what modesty is not, and a whole lot. We even talked about the vagina, sister. So you need to subscribe to this channel and follow all of our podcast episodes. And until next time, stay safe. Remember, Jesus is coming soon, and love you. Bye bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much, Blessing.